Inflation, inflation, inflation. How does it affect the housing market? Inflation has a profound impact on the housing market, influencing various aspects of supply, demand, affordability, and investment dynamics. When inflation occurs, it leads to a general increase in price level of goods and services over time. This inflationary pressure affects the housing market in several ways. First, inflation can drive up housing prices. As the cost of living rises, the prices of material, labor, and construction expenses also increase. Builders and developers face higher costs when constructing new homes or undertaking renovations, which are eventually passed down to home buyers or renters. This can result in higher listing prices and rental rates. Inflation can also impact the housing demand. When inflation rises, individuals may seek to invest their money in tangible assets to preserve its value. Real estate, particularly residential properties, is considered a traditional hedge against inflation. As a result, increased demand for housing can occur during periods of inflation, driving up prices due to the limited supply of available properties. Another way inflation affects the housing market is through mortgage rates. Inflation erodes the purchasing power of money, leading central banks to respond by increasing rates to control inflationary pressures. Higher interest rates translate into higher borrowing costs for buyers. This can reduce affordability and deter some potential buyers from entering the market or limit the size of the mortgage they can qualify for. Consequently, this can lead to decrease in housing demand and impact the overall market activity. Inflation can also influence the rental market. Landlords may adjust rental rates to account for inflation and compensate for rising operating costs associated with maintenance, utilities, and property taxes. Renters may face increased payments, and which can impact their disposable income and overall affordability. In some cases, renters may just opt out altogether to explore home ownership as an alternative if mortgage rates remain relatively low compared to the rising rental costs. Furthermore, inflation affects the overall economy and consumer confidence. Higher inflation rates can create economic uncertainty and reduce consumer purchasing power. People may become more cautious with their spending, including making significant financial commitments such as buying a home. This is conscientious and can lead to a slowdown in housing market activity, as buyers and sellers adopt a wait-and-see approach, of course. However, it's important to note that relationships between inflation and the housing market is truly complex, and other factors can also influence market conditions. Factors such as the overall state of the economy, employment levels, interest rates, government policies, and regional market dynamics all contribute to the housing market performance. In summary, inflation has a multifaceted impact on the housing market. It can drive up housing prices, affect the housing demand, impact mortgage rates and affordability, influence rental rates, and shape the overall market activity. It is important that you truly understand the interplay between inflation and the housing market is critical for the industry professionals, policymakers, and consumers to make informed decisions and navigate the market effectively.